Okay, back we go. So now we're going to try another one. This time let's start with an equation. We're going to use the equation y equals 2x plus 15. The first thing I want you to do is, can you think of a problem that might be represented by that equation? Take a moment, turn your video off, and see if you can come up with a problem. Now we're going to create a table of values, and I am going to get it started for you. I'm going to put x here, I'm going to put y here, and I'm going to fill in, I'm going to give it simple values, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want you to stop your video again and fill in the y value for each of the x values that I've given you. So now I'm going to do this quite quickly. If x is equal to 1, then 2 times x is equal to 2, plus 15 is 17. If x is equal to 2, then 2 times 2 is 4, plus 15 is 19. If x is 3, then 2 times 3 is 6, and 15 is 21. And if x is 4, then 2 times x is 8, and 15 is 23. Now there's something I want you to start noticing about these tables of values. Look at how my x is changing. In each case, my x is changing by 1. It's changing by a constant amount. Over here, my y is changing by 2, and that is a constant amount. So when x and y both change by a constant amount, and you'll notice it's not the same amount, they're not both changing by 2, but all the x's are changing by the same amount, and all the y's are changing by the same amount. And we know that because there's nothing in between here. I didn't go 1, 3, 4. To show you this, I put all the numbers in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can see that y is changing consistently by 2. And when that's the case, we have what's called a linear equation. And those are the types that we're going to work with during this unit. Okay, now let's graph this equation. I had my x values, these are my x's, here are my y's. I have my x values going up by 1, so I'm just going to simply put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my y values were going up by 2, but they didn't start till 15. And I have a small piece of graph paper here, so I'm going to do that zigzag that we learned about, and I'm going to start my first number at 15, and then I'm going to go up by 2's. And I want you to notice again, my numbers are lined up with lines, not spaces, and my intervals are the same. Here, each of them is changing by 1. Here, they're each changing by 2. And now I'm going to go back and graph my equation. So my first ordered pair is 1 and 17. So I'm going to go to 1 and 17. I'm going to make a dot, and I'm going to put 1 and 17. My next was 2 and 19. Just going to go back and show you. 2 and 19. So I'm going to go over to 2 and up to 19. And I'm going to go like this. And then I had 3 and 21, which would be like this. And I had 4 and 23. And because this is a linear equation, if I draw a line connecting those points, oops, why does my line always disappear? If I draw a line connecting those points, it is a straight line. And that's because it's a linear equation. Now, I just want to show you one more thing, because I do have a couple more minutes. I'm going to erase this graph because I want to show you something. And I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to get rid of it. And oops, I need to erase a couple more dots. And this time, I'm going to do my squiggle, but instead I'm going to start at 15. And I'm going to go up by threes. So I'm going to go 18. And I'm going to go 21. And I'm going to go 24. And I'm going to go 27. All right. I still have 1 and 17, which is right here. And I'm going to have 2 and 19, which is right here. And I'm going to have 3 and 21, which is right here. And I'm still going to get a straight line. I could go back here and erase. And I could start at 15. Or I could start at, we'll say 17, and go 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The main thing to remember through all of this is that your interval has to be the same. So here I'm going to have 1 and 17. I'm going to have 2 and 19. And I'm going to have 3 and 21 and 4 and 23. And I'm still going to be able to draw a straight line between these points. Did it again. I'm still going to get a straight line. It's going to look a little bit different because I compressed or I stretched out this interval here, the y-axis. Instead of counting by 2s or 3s or 4s, I counted by 1s, but I still get a straight line. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here.